Obviously, good team with really good players, well coached. Um, they really know their play style and what they want to do, and they did a good job of getting to it tonight. And we have to look at the tape, make some adjustments, and do better for next time.
Doug, before the game, Coach Redick was saying that they knew that to have a chance, they'd have to really lay the first punch and be the aggressors from the start. What kind of impact did you feel like that had in the game, just those opening minutes and the way that they were able to be aggressive and physical?
Yeah, they did a good job. That's like usually teams game plan against this. Obviously, if you start out slow against this, like just track record wise, it's probably not good. So they did a good job of that. But some of that's like us trying to like do stuff defensively and like scheme a little bit. You kind of got to take those with you in like the pursuit of trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So yeah, we'll be better. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do, and all that other stuff. So, but yeah, you got to give credit to them too. They shot the ball really well early too, and just for the game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got to ask about the kind of human nature of ball, not just this game, but maybe the past couple of weeks. The challenge is to make sure that you guys stay focused and continue to play with the urgency you've had all year. Where does that challenge lie for you, and why do you feel like that urgency is maybe kind of going away in these past two games?
I feel like human nature, like there's just like, or like 13. How many games ahead of like human nature that just doesn't happen. So human nature is to like relax, and that's something that we just fight as a team. I wouldn't even say that that's what we've been thinking about, going into these games. It's just like you play so many games that you're gonna have games like that. We've been so good throughout the year when we have games like that. Finally, it's like it's just obviously gets blown up because there's so little amounts of games that we have like that. So I think that's more what it is. We'll be able to refocus and we'll figure it out. We still have like 4 or 5 games left in the season. A lot like that.
So is the goal to find that again?
I don't think it's lost. I don't know about finding it again. It's not lost. I think it's just more trying to figure out what we want to do and not panic.
Hey guys, Mark suggested that maybe you didn't play with enough speed on all the different elements of the game. What can you do to play with more speed? Use your advantage. That's one of your physical advantages against this Laker team.
Get stops. Hard to play fast if you're not getting stops. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say basically that. One, you have to have an intention to, really be thinking, play fast, get the ball at the floor, move it quick. But at the end of the day, you can't do that if you got to take the ball out every time. So we got to get stops, get rebounds, so we can get out and play.
Chet, with these double big lineups, I think traditionally with basketball, the big is usually the guy communicating with the back line. How has that sort of changed with you playing four more? Is there any clash between you guys talking over each other? And then also with the double bigs, you guys are both natural rim protectors. You're not chasing blocks, but how do you sort of, fight off that instinct of you guys both going for the same block when one needs to rebound?
I'd say there is no such thing as talking over each other. The louder the better out there. The more communication, the better. I'd rather have both of us trying to block a shot than neither of us and just giving up a layup. But it is a situation where we do have to communicate and try to cover all bases. Because, like you said, if we both go, then we're down on the glass. If you go when you're not supposed to, then you give up easy passes to the backside. So it's just reading the game, taking what the game gives you, and then trying to make the right reads out of that.
Yeah. Did they, the officiating, you only shot 12 free throws. I know that's been an issue for you guys.
With the whole team?
You only got, you as a team, shot 12 free throws.
I shot 8.
Well, as a team, you only shot 12. I guess.
Dang, wow.
They shot 17. Was it kind of a playoff officiating?
They shot how many?
17.
17. They shot 17. So I guess, how was the game called? Was it more called like a playoff game?
I'm not going to answer that question. That's open to find. So I got it.
I mean, I feel like they let us play for the most part. I'd say most of the fouls were called on the ground, like blocking or kind of away from the handler fouls. But I don't know. I hate coming in here and sitting here and talking about the refs because at the end of the day, no matter how good or bad the refs are, if you lost the game, you lost the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never gonna come in here.
25, 26. Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot of like controllables, and the free throws are close, like you're saying. So.
Yeah, I feel like it would be embarrassing to come in here after
No,
by
no,
20
I mean, no.
and say
It was
anything
physical to
about the refs.
answer your question.
Yeah,
it was a
seemed like
physical
that
game.
day
Yeah.
was not a lot of fouls.
No,
Yeah,
it was physical. Yeah, that's how teams come in here and like play with us, especially because like coming down to the wire, they're gonna measure themselves up against us to get ready, just like we are. So these games are gonna be more and more physical, and I think the officials are trying to like let us play more.
Prior to him being coach with the Lakers, we both went on JJ's pod. I just want to get your guys' impression of like actually going against him in the games as head coach.
I'm happy for him getting the coaching job, and he's a good basketball mind. I think he's a good coach for him. So, and I'm appreciative of the pod too. Just I feel like that brought me a lot of attention. Was that last year? Yeah, I just think that brought a lot of like good attention of me playing well last year. So.
I was never on the pod. I was going to at some point, but then he got a coaching job. But I think he's smart. He knew what he was doing with the pod. He was basically using that as study hall for being a coach. He was talking to all the coaches, all the players, and using that as a way to get to everybody. And then he took that knowledge, and now he's coaching. From playing against him, you can tell he's a good coach. Good X and O's, makes adjustments. So credit to him. And from what I've heard, he's a good dude too. So haven't had too many individual interactions with him.
Anybody else? Thanks, guys.